Hey friends, hope you're doing well. We're doing pretty well. In fact, we are looking to pick up another editor and we need a new system for editing reasons. Good talk, Brett. Anyways, so we contacted our friends at several different places to try to get a system to put together. And wow, people really came through. So we've got an editing rig to put together. And I'll tell you about all the specs after I tell you about today's video sponsor. Today's video is actually brought to you by the fact that we still have our 200,000 subscriber giveaway going on. It's a big thanks to you guys that we even needed to build this system in the first place because like we make videos and we have enough money to hire people. Anyways, you guys have been amazing. WooWare is giving away an RTX 2080 Ti as well as a 1TB NVMe drive for anybody who enters at the link in the video description for us to celebrate the 200,000 subscriber giveaway. So enter it, guys. 2080 Ti, you know you wanna. So we've got a whole bunch of components to work through here. We've got the Fantex Evolve X. I believe this is the gray model, courtesy of WooWare and Fantex. They sent this puppy over. It's gonna house everything we need, and if we really want to, we could put a second system in here since it has room for an ITX system as well as an ATX system. Then we have this X399 Gaming Pro Carbon motherboard from MSI that we picked up quite some time ago. I sold our 1950X, can't remember why, but now we have a 2950X courtesy of AMD. They sent this over, and now we'll have 16 cores, 32 threads at 4.4 gigahertz max boost clock with 3.5 gigahertz base. We should be able to keep it steady at least 4 gigahertz, especially thanks. Haha, cool, good job, Brett. Touchdown on two things. I'm Linus all over again. Our friends over at Deepcool sent us this cooler, which is their Ryzen CPU cooler. And this is gonna handle that 16 core processor real nice. It's got this X-Men finish. The gray design is gonna go really well with the Evolve X. And then speaking of the parts that I dropped, we've got a 500 gig Mushkin source drive. I'm gonna be working on getting some NVMe drives in this, but right now this is the only one that we have lying around. And then the power supply that now has some chipped paint. Hopefully should still work. I don't see any internal bleeding, so we should be fine for the most part. Wait, did I mention the power supply? This is 850 watts, super flower. Again, thanks to WooWare sending this over. And then lastly, the all AMD system coming together with a Vega 56, this XFX card. Again, WooWare sent this over. We've done plenty of reviews. You can check it out right up there. So Threadripper, Vega, and then we also have 32 gigabytes of G.Skill Trident Z RGB running at 3200 megahertz, courtesy of WooWare again. So WooWare and Deepcool and AMD hooking us up with everything that we need. Now it's time to actually build this puppy. They include the accessory kit right at the top with a whole bunch of reading material, but since I don't know how to read, I'm just gonna put that down. And what is this? Seems like hard drive bays. Are there screws in here? Here's the screws accessory. So it seems like we have 4 3.5-inch bays, and then they include several different things in there. So here's all of the screws that we're gonna need for this. What is in here? What are those? We got some tweezers. That's gonna be good. To get the reference, Reese? From The Verge, they call it zip ties tweezers. We don't need a Swiss Army knife because we've actually got the iFixit ProTech toolkit, which we're gonna be using for all of our builds. You guys can check that out at the link in the video description if you wanna pick one up. But that's all we use to build stuff now because it honestly has every tool known to the face of man. This is gorgeous. I'm jealous. I'm so jealous that you're getting this system and I'm not. It's so good looking, I don't want to give it away. Okay, I'll do it anyways. So, to open up the Evolve X for the first time, they actually have some thumb screws because the tempered glass side panels actually swing out, but you have to unscrew these thumb screws in order to make that happen. Bam, there we go. Do they actually come off? Because that would be great for building. They do, they do. Let's put this in a safe place. Because as indicated by my performance a few minutes ago, destruction is on the menu today. So they actually have some rubber gaskets here to help with the, probably I would guess, sound dampening as well as just a tight seal on the side panel. Got it. Oh man, almost dropped it too. So the reason we're going with an air cooler for this Threadripper system is so that we don't have to ever deal with a liquid cooler failing. But if we did want to install a liquid cooler in this Evolve X, it has this setup right up here. Got captive thumb screws. You take this off, easy access to the radiator, but no radiator for us. So honestly, I'm gonna keep it off because then that'll allow me to get easier access with my gigantic hands. And then I was mentioning that we actually have this right here, which helps hide all of the cable management since both sides are tempered glass. And usually that means that your ugly cables are gonna be exposed. Not today. And then we also got this fan hub right up here. It comes included with 3 140mm fans, and I don't think we're gonna be adding any extra today. Gosh dang, this is a great case. I haven't even built in it yet, and is amazing. Let's assemble the system outside of the case. Got the I/O shield, which I should totally remember to install. We've already used this motherboard for a while. Gonna need probably the Wi-Fi card, that's for sure. And we're probably gonna need one SATA cable. So, Threadripper box. You rip here, as it indicates, because it's Threadripper. Get it? And then you just kind of slide that over. Yoink that out. This should be the mounting hardware that we need. This is for the cooler, and then we got the socket retention stuff. One of the things that I think we're probably going to have to do with this system is update the BIOS via BIOS flashback, because I'm pretty sure I did not update the BIOS after Ryzen 2 came out, or the second generation of Threadripper. So you open 3, 2, 1, and then you close 2, 3, 1, or 1, 2, 3 rather. I messed that up. And even though this is one of the early generation Threadripper sockets, the X399 motherboards, there was some issues with them not clamping down properly, but that was just with the Foxconn sockets, and this one's actually from Lotes. So we are 100% as far as which system we have. This is the slide tray, and then there are all of the many pins for Threadripper. None of them look bent. You never know in this office. Now you need to come out of here, and you need to come out of there, and you need to slide all the way down. I like to tighten at least all 3 of them, at least a bit, because I noticed if I tighten down 1 all the way and then try to get to 3, it doesn't work. All done. So this is gonna go with the motherboard stuff. This is the guy right here. Now it's time for round. So 32 gigs. We could go up to 64 if we really need to. 32 should suffice for now. We're not doing too much After Effects, but it is a possibility for the future. There's that. And we have the Ryzen cooler right here, which I assume I now need the mounting stuff for it, which is in the box. Come on, mounting hardware, what you got for me? Okay. Oh, it comes with thermal paste too. Thank you, Deepcool. TR4 mounting hardware. Probably should use the instructions too, but if I had to guess, this screws on there. Honestly, Threadripper is probably one of the most idiot-proof installation stuff. As long as you don't damage the pins, everything's already pretty much done for you. Yeah, it's supposed to just kind of pop on like Donkey Kong. Haha, I did it. Guess how I did it, Reese? I just loosened it a bit. Now I finally need a screwdriver. Actually, I don't need the ProTech toolkit for this. I just need the iFixit screwdriver. I might have the best tools on the face of the planet. That doesn't mean I can't screw it up. So that should be fine. And then the way Deepcool recommends you do it is you put just like 9 little pockets of thermal goop on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. More like continuous strands with little blubs in them. Good enough. So, which way does this fan blow? Looks like it's exhausting this way, which the exhaust of the system would be that side. So that's the way we want to install it. There's a lot of different components going on here. These are so freaking hard to access. There's no like entry point from the top that I can really slide the screwdriver down, because like this is blocked here. And then for me to use this like wrench thing, I can't do it over here. I guess I could pull out the RAM, but then the VRM cooler right here is still in the way. This honestly, unfortunately, is not the best mounting system in the world. So this is mostly ready to get into the case. So is this the type of power supply that I can just slide in from this side? Because that'd be great. Oh yeah. Make sure this is screwed on properly, and then we're good to go. Done. Wow, then I can install more. Wow, whoa, 6 2.5-inch drives that can be completely hidden. This is amazing. Suppose now is as good time as any to get the motherboard installed after I install the I/O shields. That is already pretty good looking. Okay, cable time. Jack all these cables out of here. CPU connector. You need to go right up here, sir. 24 pin, you go there. Second CPU connector, you go right up there, sir. VGA connectors, which, because this XFX card is dumb and has the cable connectors in the middle of the card, I think I'm gonna have to route it through right up here, through the bottom instead of coming across the side, because it'll go really far over. I don't like it. Why you gotta design it like that, XFX? So we have SATA power for what probably is LEDs and the fan controller. That should be good. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work just fine. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Yes. So the Fantex thing comes with an addressable RGB thing that I can plug in here. And then on top of that, I should be able to connect this to the actual fan LEDs. There is a lot of cable management that's gonna have to go on right now. Let's get these 8-pin connectors done up here. It's a good thing for me to take off this top panel because my hands can actually stick out the top now while I'm trying to install these little connectors for ants. Yeah. That is mostly resolved. The GPU connector is going to have to, unfortunately, come through here. Then we have couple things. This is a USB 3.1 header. Does this motherboard even have that? It does. Woo! Woohoo! So we got HD audio. You're gonna go right through there. We got USB 3. Why is your cable so short, Fantex? Then let's get this USB 3.1. And now SATA cable. That should be all of the cables. That's most of the cables for now. It's graphics card time. Oh, XFX. I understand it's a nano board, but this is hideous. This kind of ruins the aesthetic of the build a little bit. All right, now it's time for tweezers. Let's clean this mess up right here. Okay, so we tweezered that part. I need to clip that off in just a bit. Now let's work on the back area. I don't have enough tweezers for this. Oh, do I just slide it down? Yes, Fantex, genius. Before it was a little slot you had to go through. Now it's just a little hook and loop thing, my bob. Wow, this is so much easier. Fantex, GG double re. Good enough. That's clean. That's clean right there.
Those are the only visible cables there, really.
Look at that. You see nothing besides this giant motherboard cable. Gosh dang. That's a pretty board right there. Now it's time to see if this thing actually works. Oh, look at that RGB. All of that is so gorgeous. This is upside down though. Why would you do that? The exhaust goes this way, so I'm trying to blow the air that way, but then that makes this upside down. I'm super jealous. 1, 2, 7, 3, down the Rockefeller Street. Life is marching on, can you feel that? Does it then turn on? Yes. Oh my goodness, this is a gorgeous looking system. Hot topic. Okay, so I need to get the latest BIOS on a USB, update the motherboard, and then we should be good with 16 cores, 32 threads, 32 gigabytes of VRAM, and then the Vega 56. Wootware, can I have a second one, please, for me? Oh man, why do I have to give this to my editor? System is finally done and it is looking quite gorgeous. This Fantex Evolve chassis is just amazing to build in. Like all of the different little features. There's the cutout to actually see the power supply. We'll have to work on flipping this around. It shouldn't be like that, but I have to swap the fan over to the other side and I haven't gotten around to that yet. So it just has to be what it has to be for right now. But this is lovely. I forgot that we actually ended up having an extra halo from Fantex to put on this back fan to add just a little bit more RGB. Unfortunately, the graphics card is the only thing really that's not RGB in the system, and the hard drive, but that's behind all of the other stuff. But geez, this was a freaking breeze to work in. Everything amazing. So working fine, we've gotten Windows loaded up. Now it's actually time to just get editing on this. Actually, probably this video that you're watching right now has been edited on this here rig. And I don't know, we'll cut to future Brett talking about how amazing it is. So I'm actually here in the editing dungeon, I guess. It's just the other side of the office anyways. We've got the entire system set up. We've got all 16 cores, 32 threads running. This thing performs like a dream. One of the best things that I love about a Threadripper system is that you can run it in full resolution with Premiere Pro. You can run it at 4 times speed with editing. I love fast speed. I watch all of my TV series at 3 times speed on Netflix. Like, I freaking love editing so fast. And so, like, this is using 35% of the CPU trying to edit this, whereas Rikus's laptop, which is an i7-8750H with 6 cores and 12 threads, that thing bottlenecks when you try to do 4 times speed at half resolution. So freaking amazing editing. Honestly, this is a super smooth edit. It's gone so freaking well. Big thanks to Wootware, AMD, and Deepcool for providing all of the parts that we needed for this build. And it's like, honestly, it makes things so much better that we actually now have 2 editing stations because we can add some production quality to the super fast edits that we do because, yeah, we have more time, more people, and more tech stuff. And don't forget that this video was brought to you by our giveaway. Enter the giveaway, 2080 Ti, 1 terabyte NVMe drive. We all want this, just make it happen, friend. So, with that being said, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Get subscribed to stay up to date on all of our tech-related content. I am Brett with the UFD Tech Channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see your smiling faces again in the next video. Love you too. Sign up.